The Pirelli Welsh Rally Championship kicked off in style with the season opener, the Cambrian Rally. Llandudno's town centre played host to the ceremonial start and service area as well, bringing the championship to Mostyn Street and to the people. The spectacle was great. The real action, though, would be in the stages, of course, and leading the way after the morning loop of those would be Russ Thompson and Andy Murphy. Russ not feeling great, so they would be struggling a little as the morning went on. The Mitsubishi pair would, however, have a reasonable lead to take with them into the afternoon. Scott Faulkner and Gareth Parry second at this stage, 15 seconds back from the lead. A change to Pirelli tyres this season seemed to be paying off. And rounding out the early podium places were Richard Hill and Patrick Cooper. Leading the way in the W13 class, the time's close as well, just 4.6 seconds back from Faulkner up ahead. Once again, the W3 class would be providing some giant killing performances and entertaining the spectators along the way, and it would be Dave and Toby Brick leading the way there at this stage in that little 1400 Corsa. Only 52 seconds, in fact, outside the podium places overall. And the battle for that class would be close. Chris Powell and Jim Lewis taking second place, 5 seconds back from Brick and in 5th place on the overall leaderboard. It would be the W12 lead to start the day, meanwhile for Owen McMacken and Lee Taylor. Themselves only a further 4 seconds back on the overall results in 6th. And for Andy Williams and Andy Darlington, it would be second in W13. A little way off Hill in lead of the class, but holding their own in 7th now. Just behind Williams and Darlington on the overall leaderboard was this man Damien Pratt's Johnny Tad Evans alongside. Back for another go on the stages this season, and things so far were going well. 8th overall, second in the class. Tom Llewellyn and Ross Whittock make the best of starts in the W6 class. They lead the way at this early stage with a reasonable margin as well, lying just inside our top 10 leaderboard with 9th. And rounding out that morning top 10 were Howell Davies and Simon Jones. That result also giving them the lead in W5 at this stage in the rally. Let's take a look at some of the positions outside of our top 10 leaderboard then. It will be a switch to the W4 class for Perry Gardner and Keaton Williams this season, and things were going well so far, leading the way in the class in 11th overall. Tom Cotree and Ian Fraser bring the Mitsubishi Galant out again this season. And what an iconic car and livery to see out in these North Wales stages. Third in the W13 class will be theirs at this stage in the day. Zach Hughes and Tom Wood lead the way in the N3 class. Back out in the Fiesta for this season and showing that the pace was well and truly still there from the first stages of the rally. The ever-entertaining BMW of Colin Griffiths and Mike Wilding end the morning with 3rd in W12. Some good times mean 14th on the leaderboard for the pair as well. Heffin Lloyd Davies and Rich Jones, meanwhile, will be a little way off the lead in the W3 fight, but they would be going well overall. 15th place on the leaderboard, 3rd in the class. Tony Simpson and Ian Bevan were back, and it will be 2nd place in the W4 class as well, showing that they mean business. 18th overall before service. Just behind Simpson on the overall leaderboard then was this man Tony Williams. Steve Pugh in the Escort looking out of the side window. Not in the same class though. W6 was the fight that they were concentrating on. The pair lying 2nd in the class now. And 3rd in the class were Jeff Phelps and Pete Wilson. The pair not having the best of runs so far though. A puncture causing them issues on the morning stages. They would eventually retire in service. For Simon Pickering and Colin Jenkins, it would be 2nd in W5. The Escort pair lying in 23rd on our leaderboard. 2nd of the N3 crews now on the results this weekend. Matthew Baddeley and Phil Kenny changing to the Fiesta this season. And this would be the first time driving the car as well. In anger for the very first time behind the wheel. Just imagine that. It would all be about seat time then this morning. For For Steve Dealey and Alan Proudman, it was third in W4 for the morning stages. The 2:05 pair just a few seconds behind Baddeley on the overall leaderboard as well. And with that N4 battle taking place up in the podium positions, it will be Ron Hall and Phil Spilstead left to take that third in the class. The Subaru pair rounding out the top of the class results after stage 3. Frustratingly, the morning would see its share of retirements. It's a tough rally this, and we lose Kieran Darrington and Abby Haycock when the engine expires on the second stage of the rally. There'd be worse news to come though for Baz Jordan and Paul Wakely. They crashed the Avenger out of the event on the second stage of the day, lodging it down a ditch. Difficult for the recovery crews to get out, but the main thing is the crew okay. Power steering issues will be the final straw for Andrew Davison and Tom Murphy, sending them off the stage. Nothing major, but the pair were unable to continue as a result. And it will be bad news also in stage 1 for Matthew Hurst and Declan Deer. Alternator failure sidelining the pair on the way to the second stage of the day after such a strong start. For Rydian Price and Stephen Brown, it will be stage 3 ending their rally, a drive shaft breaking, seeing them unable to continue. So for those who managed to reach the end of the morning stages, the results and the leaderboard here at the opening round so far are looking like this. On to the second half of the day then, Damien Thomas and Paul Bevan stepping up to take third in W4. No change though in N3. The event had gone just to plan for Matthew Baddeley and Phil Kenny. They aimed to get to the finish in the new car and they did just that. Second in the class, 20th on the leaderboard. For Simon Pickering and Colin Jenkins, it would be second in W5. A very strong end to the first round of the season for the pair. And there'd be a bit of a change around in the W3 class as well, seeing Dominic Hodge and Stefan Arndt step up to third place in that glorious new wide arch micro, also taking 18th place on the leaderboard. A bit of a navigational error, shall we say, for Tony Williams and Steve Pugh would see them lose a little time. But thankfully, time is the only thing they lose. They end the rally with 17th overall, second in the class. Second in the W4 class, meanwhile, would be Tony Simpson and Ian Bevan. A little way off the class lead, but ending the day with 16th and a strong showing for the opening round of the Pirelli Welsh Rally Championship. More change in our class positions, this time in W13. Josh Taylor and Heather Merrison end the rally with third place in their Impreza. No change though for the hard-charging Colin Griffiths and Mike Wilding. Plenty sideways, and third in the W12 class would mean a good day in the forests, ending the rally with 13th overall. It's Zach Hughes and Tom Wood taking the N3 class victory here at the Cambrian, getting the Fiesta to the end of the rally without a mark on it. A good day's rallying for the pair. Frustratingly though, Howell Davies and Simon Jones dropped to just outside the top 10 leaderboard into 11th through the afternoon. But it would still be a strong result for the Escort pair this weekend. Stepping up though to the top 10 on their debut in the car would be Perry Gardner and Keaton Williams, the pair having a great run to take the class victory as well as that 10th place overall. And talking of class wins, it would be the W6 class victory for Tom Llewellyn and Ross Whittock. The Escort pairing ending the weekend with that historic category victory. After such a strong start, we'd see a few places lost for Owen McMacken and Lee Taylor. Just in case you were wondering where they were, they do still take 8th place overall. That takes them second in the W12 class home this weekend as well. It was a solid day with no change on the results in the last loop of the day for Andy Williams and Andy Darlington. Second in W13 would be theirs through to the end of the rally, 7th overall. We love a bit of drama here in the Welsh Rally Championship, and a puncture through the morning combined with problems with the intercom would certainly give us plenty of that for Damien Pratt and Johnny Tad Evans, who had to push to claim back some times and some places in the afternoon. They do end the rally with the class victory, 6th overall. Pretty heroic given those problems. That W3 class battle had been close, but a puncture for Dave and Toby Brick would see them lose out on victory this weekend. They do still come away with 5th overall though, and a pretty good 2nd in class. But that of course means that it's a class victory for Chris Powell and Jim Lewis. A good end to the rally for the pair, finishing just outside our overall podium places in that 1400 Sunbeam as well. On to those podium places then, and it will be 3rd for Richard Hill and Patrick Cooper. A good end to the rally for the pair, some good points as well to take away from this opening round. Dare I say, eyes on the championship this early. Scott Faulkner and Gareth Parry were unable to make any advance on our rally leaders, but that didn't matter. They'd done what they came here to do this weekend. They got their championship campaign off to a flying start, and they were happy with their pace as well. 2nd place, a good end to a strong, trouble-free event. But that means despite a spot of man flu, taking victory this weekend was Russ Thompson with Andy Murphy alongside, and he won't mind me saying that, I'm sure. A great end to a challenging rally for the pair. The conditions not the only thing trying to get the better of a pretty sick-feeling Thompson. Victory this weekend, well deserved for the pair. It would probably be Lemsip rather than beer to celebrate tonight in Llandudno. So confirmation then of the result from a dramatic opening round at the Pirelli Welsh Rally Championship here in North Wales.
Russ, clearly you're not very well today, and apparently, according to Andy, you were pretty much hanging onto the steering wheel and letting the car drive you through the last few.
Yeah, we've not been as well as usual, but we've tried our best today and done all right, really, I think, yeah. So we've ended up 2nd in Group N in BTRDA and won the Welsh, so...
And in the Welsh particularly, to win among the entry that we had today, that's a good result.
Yeah, very good, yeah, I'm very happy with that, so we're happy with what we've done, really, and...
Scott, good day on the stages.
Yeah, we started off quite slow. I think we've tried a new tyre this weekend. We've gone with the new Pirellis. We found them quite well. They were good in the morning, and then in the middle of the day through Elsie and Gwydir, we were struggling for grip. The whole stage we were looking for it everywhere. The car was just going wherever it wanted. But we had a good push through clock on the last one there. I got a text on my dad just before going in saying you got to pull your finger out because you got to catch Rich. So we pulled a finger out. I think we beat him by 4 or 5 seconds, I think, to get 2nd by 2 seconds, I think.
It bodes well for things to be this close at the first round and to have a 3-way fight, really.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Looking forward to the rest of the year now. So yeah, just we're going out on the Malcolm Wilson, and then we'll be back on the Rally Nuts. So yeah, next round for the.
Is that fighting talk?
Well, I'd like to think so.
Richard, to be there in the fight today among what was a cracking entry. Good result.
Yeah, it's not been too bad. It's been a long old day today, really, for such a short mileage that we've had to do. So yeah, but yeah, it's nice to get to the finish of one.
Eyes on the championship after this round, then. Be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be nice, but my eyes aren't on anything yet. I need to get my pace a little bit better and work on stuff. But we've had a couple of bad years, really, where we haven't done a lot. So it's just knocking the cobwebs off and trying to get back up to speed.
I reckon you did that today. Well done.
Yeah, thank you very much.